Well, folks, we got a package in the mail, and that means there is work to be done to be able to enjoy harvest this fall. So inside this house bag is another house bag. And inside this house bag is yet another house bag, and this has the Ford Hook lima beans in. And we just thoroughly enjoy the Ford Hook lima beans. We cannot find them in grocery stores. So the best thing we can do if we want to enjoy them is plant them ourselves. Yet another Haas package. And this has a Carota carrots. And it's also on a seed tape. That way we don't have to try to plant them or scatter them and then thin them out. But it is done for us.
Today is April 2nd. Let's backtrack to March the 10th.
Well, folks, it's the time of the year when we are thinking about sweet potatoes for the fall harvest. If you don't have sweet potatoes to start for slips, then it's time to order them. And if you order them from Grow House, where we have gotten ours, this year we also ordered just a few of the Georgia Jet, and then we thought we'd experiment with the Beauregard. So those are ordered, and then they will ship them when it's time to plant them in your time zone. So what we're going to do today is start these sweet potatoes for slips. I have 3 bigger ones and then 2 smaller ones, so it's 5 altogether, and we'll see what kind of slips we get from those. You can put the end in water, but we had a whole lot more success just putting this in dirt. Just come in and get her done.
Last fall we had harvested 266 pounds of sweet potatoes, and these potatoes are still from those. At this point we have 52 pounds left.
I'll go ahead and do the whole bag. So here we have it, and what we're going to do is just kind of fine crumble it. Just mix it up a little bit, make sure there's no huge lumps in it. I grabbed a watering can and just put water in. There's no fertilizer in it at all, just some water because we want to moisten the dirt. All right, let's see what that feels like. Oh, it's fun getting your hands in dirt again. All righty. I'll put them in the containers now. And what we're going to do is take a potato, lay it in the dirt. You only want it half covered. You want half up and half in the dirt. Then here are 2 small ones. I didn't know which works the best, if small ones work better than the large ones. I thought I'll experiment. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit more dirt to stick in there. I'll grab a little bucket with dirt. I think that one's good there. Well, you saw the process of getting the potatoes in the dirt. That half is in and half is up. And I have a perfect spot in the house for them in front of a window. But we want to keep the dirt moist. And then a couple times a week, just spray the tops of the potatoes just to keep those moist as well. And this is March the 10th, and this is exciting. We're starting to prepare for a fall harvest. Well, folks, we are now at April the 7th, and I brought the sweet potatoes out here because in the room where we have them by the window, the lighting is not good, and then doing a video against that window, it just did not turn out good at all. And I wanted you to be able to see these good, because it is excellent what they are doing. We'll start out with this container. As you can see, we have a couple big ones here. So right here we have 1, 2, 3. And then here's another little one coming, that's 4. And then this potato has 1, 2, down there's 1, 3, 4. There's a little bit of a nubbin coming there, 5. Now just notice this one down here. Right there's one, and that's 6. So I'm very pleased with this container. I want to keep track of how many potential slips we have, so I went and got paper. Now, how many did I say here? 9 in that container. And this one here, this is one of the big potatoes, and it's giving out at both ends. It would be 1, so that'd be 9. Oh, another 9. So that is that container. And now this one, I'm not sure why, it's just giving slips at one end. I don't know what's about this end, but we'll take them wherever, so we will go and count them. So I counted 5 at that end. And now, this is our mystery container. I see no slips or no signs of slips coming up, but this blows my mind. Look at that root system on the side. I'm going to tip it up so you can see the bottom. There you go. So folks, right here we have the potential for 23 sweet potato slips. And once they get tall enough, then we'll snip them off. And if it's not time to plant yet, we'll put them in water. And those will actually root in the water. But what's on the potatoes, when it's time for planting, we can snip them and put them directly in the dirt. We experimented with that last year and it worked. The only thing I've been doing is mornings opening the blind by the window they're at and nights closing them. And then, of course, keeping the soil moist. I take a watering can and put a little mist on each potato. And that's all I've been doing. And we're very, very pleased with the results we're getting here. And so now I'm going to go get them back in front of the window. If this is your first time with us, we started our storage container gardening with storage containers that we collected over the years. We'd buy storage units and then empty them out, clean stuff up, and take them to auctions and sell stuff. And a lot of containers came through that way. Some we'd refill to sell, and others we kept. So now we've had to replace some since then because 5 years now they've been in the sun, they get brittle. But as these containers continue to get brittle, and we just might invest in a raised garden then. We'll be planting the carrots at the end of the house. You can see that nowadays they call it hand trucks. Growing up, that was always a dolly, so it is still a dolly to me. But one of the containers just never did well, and so I switched out containers, and I'll show you that when I get over there. And I have my dirt in here to be able to put more dirt in containers, and I have the John Deere lawnmower to be able to pull my wagon around for me. But by the way, I am Martha, and Dorothy and I welcome you to Hirschberger's Miracle Homestead. One thing nice about container gardening, you can move containers around. And right here is where that container was that it never did well, so I would need to rebuild it or do something with it, and I thought I'd just pull that out and put this one in. It also had ants in it, so hopefully the ants will let this one alone. So I will just back this one in here. Since this soil was from last year yet, we're going to put mushroom compost in, and that'll help put nutrients back into the soil. We've done that for the last couple years and it's worked well. Nothing fancy about putting it on. I just have a red Solo cup here. Put a little bit in that one right away too. And now, just work this in. Actually, for carrots, to create more depth, I'm going to add more dirt to it. And now with that mushroom compost, that I added. I'm just going to mix this up. The soil that I added is, some was the new bag of Miracle Grow, and then other was soil from containers that were definitely brittle and beyond what we could use this year. So I just took the soil out and put it in a container, well actually in the wagon there, and now we can use it. So, okay, that's looking good. Last year we had planted, last fall, I had planted carrots, and I thought it was going to be a complete failure, sure enough. And lo and behold, this spring, these two plants came up. Well, I'm just going to let them there and mature, and maybe we'll get a couple carrots from that. One video I watched, they had a board to fit their, they had a raised bed, and then they just made an indentation in the dirt. And then here we'll go this way. And I'm just using a ruler. It actually been my dad's ruler, and he'd be tickled to know I'm using it for this, because I can always wash it up. Now, we're going to take water and wet that. Just a gentle spray to get moisture there. Go ahead and water those. All right, let me cut this off. About right there. Oh yes, that tears nicely. It's the first time I'm working with seed tape, and I think I will like it from what I see now. And now, just lay that down in there. All right, just put it down and let it go, Martha. There we go. Let's use a ruler to press it down a little bit. There we go. It's not sticking to the ruler like it did my hand. And now we will just cover it up. So we're just getting our little ditch there made. Dorothy told me about what time supper will be ready, so my timer went off now, so I'm going to go in and eat supper and then come out and finish up. I know a lot of folks call the evening meal dinner, but we still call it supper. So I'm going to go in and enjoy my supper. We don't want to be so busy that we don't take time for Buddy, and eating together can be a highlight of a day. So, if this is your first time with us, you're wondering who Buddy is. Dorothy and I are sisters. Buddy is our special needs brother. He's actually my twin brother, and we have the privilege to care for him. So I'm going to hop in the house and then come back and finish up. Here are two more containers, and I'm going to be doing the same thing as I did down there, replenishing dirt, adding mushroom compost, stirring that up, and planting the carrots. That was not appreciated. That was a lizard.
This was very, very unexpected for me, but guess what? It was unexpected for it too. He darted out of that container under the other one. None other than a blue-tailed lizard.
Oh boy. Startled me. Maybe he'll eat the spiders. I don't have to worry about spiders. Well, we officially have 15 feet of carrots planted. All right, it's a beautiful time of the evening. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the garlic, strawberries, and snow peas. It's just gorgeous out here this time of day. Everything's shaded, the sun's starting to go down. So yeah, behind me here are the snow peas, 3 containers of snow peas, and they can climb up the trellis that we have here for them. And then after the snow peas are done, till then the sweet potatoes that will be planted already, and we will transplant sweet potatoes over here. We did that the last 2 years and it did great. And this is a strawberry tower I am so tickled and pleased with. This plant is known to be a June berry, so we have some good strawberry eating coming up. And it looks like it's going to happen. Yay, yay, yay. On the other side of the snow peas is 1 thing of garlic, and let me take you over there and show you the other garlic. I took the camera off the tripod to show you. There are strawberries down here. Some of the runners came down here and I decided I'm going to let them. See how this is strawberry, over here's a little itty bitty one. So they're coming. Yes, they are. Here's a music garlic that we planted last fall, and it is beautiful. It was our first experience ever in planting garlic. Now my concern is, when do I know when to harvest garlic? We've been Googling, and I think we're on track yet, just to let it here a while longer. If you see signs of anything in the garlic that we need to go ahead and harvest it, just leave it in the comments. I'll bring in and give you a close-up look at them. Here are the barrels that we had fixed up for planting in, and that's the garlic. As far as I know, that's looking good. We haven't had any escapes from them yet. Is that what it's called? So anyway, and the trellis netting, the ground fabric, we had got both of those from Amazon. If you remember the cabbage we had got from Grow House, we had planted back here, and that was my mistake. We had weather down in the teens for days, and I thought I was doing a good thing, and I covered them up with this garden fabric protecting. And that was a good thing to do at night, but I should have uncovered them during the day, and I think they got too warm and smothered out. But you know what? That was my first time doing cabbage. So lesson learned, it was not in vain. A lesson learned. Now next time I'll know cabbage is tough and they can handle a lot. And if I do cover them for the night, uncover them for the day. Well folks, the last number of years I just added mushroom compost to the containers here. I am going to remove about half of the dirt and put fertilizer on the bottom, and I'll show you what I put on the bottom of it when I get to that point. So right now I'm just going to go through and put at least half of the dirt in each container in the wagon here, and then we can use the same dirt to fill it back up once the fertilizer is there. There's 6 containers here that I'll be doing, and I don't think you can see the first container here, but I will start here. The first container is done. Now I'll just come down here with my bucket, grab some dirt. Okay, this is the dirt. I have it all mixed up now, and I don't think I mentioned these containers here, these 6 containers, is where I'm planting the Lima beans. I was to put my fertilizer container in here and show you what mixture I'm using, but then that'll get the bottom of my container messy, so we'll go over to the metal dust that we have in the carport. We have a recipe we use for when we build our self-wicking containers. The fertilizer we put about 3/4 of the way down. That's there, so when the plant, it's reaching down, and that fertilizer is there just waiting to give it nutrients as it's needed. We have measuring cups that we use just for this. Okay, I had started putting it together and then I thought about it, I should do this with you all. So what is in here already is a sustane, and that's the dark pebbles you see in here. It's a half a cup of sustane, and then the white is Epsom salt, and that is 1/8 of a cup of Epsom salt. Now this is for one recipe. I'm putting 4 recipes together. So that was sustane, and Epsom salt is done. Oh, I should have showed you the bag. So that's the sustane we use, a half a cup of sustane. And this is the Epsom salt that I used, 1/8 a cup of Epsom salt. And this is the lime that we'll be using. It's 1/4 a cup of lime. And then sea mineral will be 1/4 a cup of sea mineral. And since I have this in my hand, I will put that in next. And I am going against a storm coming in. Let me see if I can beat it. Okay, I'm doing 4 recipes. 1, 4. Okay. Now put a clothes pincher on it. Clothes pincher's handy for more than just hanging clothes. And now the lime, it's 1/4 a cup of lime per recipe. One, 4. And this has a closure on it, so that worked out great. So now I tuck this in that measuring cup there, back in here, and we will mix this. Mind you being in the kitchen, huh? All right, that looks like it's mixed up fairly well, evenly. So let's go put it in the dirt. Okay, I'm just to put like a half a cup in each one. I hear the thunder rumbling. There's a little bit left. I'm just gonna throw a little bit in each one. Okay, with my bucket here, I'm just gonna fill the containers back up with dirt. So I'll put my rows in. I should have done that in the very beginning. Our 4-hook lima beans are from Hoss, so I think I'll get them in. And it's a very possibility that the Lord's going to water it for us, because the clouds are darkening and I hear the thunder rumbling. All right. Well, folks, we made it. The Lord sends a shower of rain to water it for me. That'll be just okay. But that's the only thing I have to do yet, is make sure they get water today yet. Well, folks, right there is where we planted the lima beans, and the rain's coming down. I'm going to do a little research what lightning and thunder does for your garden. Sometimes after a thunderstorms, it seems like things have just grown by leaps and bounds, and there's a reason. I want to find out that reason. We showed you the 4-hook lima beans and also the carrots that we got from Hoss, which these are planted now. But I also want to show you something else in the bag that's going to assist us in the garden. And they are the garden tags. So here is the Hoss garden tag. That's the front side. That's where I'm going to put what I planted. And then back here are plant notes. And you can put when you planted them, which I'm going to put that. And I definitely want to put when I harvest it. And then there's room for a few notes throughout the growing season as well. Then I'm going to use the garden marker. It's actually a permanent marker, so any marker would work. But I thought, what fun to have a garden marker with the garden tags. Just stick it all in the bag together. Alrighty. Alright, that's the carrot. And then I planted them April the 2nd. So 4, 2. And this one is a 4-hook lima bean. And we planted these April the 4th. And then here's a fun sticker that they put in. Up here it says, Hoss, what the kale? I'll drop my marker down in there, and that makes a good team, and we can seal the bag shut, and it'll keep it together. There's something very discouraging about going out to harvest food or just work in the garden, and there are ants. And so we bought some ant killer, and we have not used this kind yet. We're looking forward to trying it and seeing how it works. It is in a bag that reseals, so we do have an affiliate link with Grow Hoss, and we can leave that link in the description, and also there's a link on our website, hirschbergersheartandhome.com. All right, let's go put these in the ground. I only need one since the carrots are all the same kind except the 2 plants back there. I'm not sure what those were anymore. But anyway, I'll just stick this in and I'll know this goes with what was just planted. Put it up here by the PVC pipe. And they say to water carrots every day until the seeds are germinated and up. So I need to do that. I'm going to go grab the water hose and give them a quick spray for the day. I like it to be a gentle spray and not a lot of pressure to it. The carrot seeds are so close to the top that as the dirt dries out, well then if the moisture isn't there for the seeds, it's harder for them to sprout. And now for the golden thought. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalms 19:1. And as you saw after I was done planting the beans, how the thunderstorm came through, you saw the rain. I don't know that you heard the thunder or saw the lightning, but the next morning the garden just grew by leaps and bounds again. And I got to thinking, why does that happen? And so I Googled, and this is what I found. There's nitrogen in the air, but the nitrogen atoms are bound together. And when lightning happens, it helps to break these atoms apart, and then it filters into the air. And then the rain delivers it to earth. And wherever these atoms hit is where the earth is being fertilized. So that's why after a thunderstorm, you can look out and see that your garden has grown by leaps and bounds. It's because our wonderful God created the best fertilizer there ever was for our gardens. And that's just an incident of the thunderstorms relating to gardens and crops and that type of thing. But if we just take a moment to pause and think of nature in general, there's so much to marvel at, so much to comprehend and just appreciate the goodness and greatness of God. We hope you've enjoyed today's video. We hope you've been blessed, encouraged, and inspired. And until next time, God bless.
Check out this video to see how we planted our sweet potatoes last year. If you enjoyed this video, we would appreciate if you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and share it with others.